Alright, hi guys. So first things first, I had to change quite a few things in my dress. I'm really excited about how it turned out. I think it is really beautiful. So this is it. I made it in black, which you can tell from the light coming through that this fabric is kind of sheer. I also changed the fabric I used. The last one I made was cotton. I don't know, I thought I set it up here, but I don't see it. Okay, well the last one I made was cotton. This one I made out of rayon instead because I wanted it to flow nicer when my model wore it. But I still think it turned out pretty great. And the sheer isn't a problem once she has it on because the light doesn't come through anymore. It still has the princess seams in the front and everything same. It's kind of hard to see because of the black fabric. It makes it a little more difficult to see the design details, but hopefully you can see that. And the puffed sleeves, I didn't have to adjust. They turned out great. I made them stretchy this time. When I sewed the original, I didn't, but on this one, the armholes and stuff actually do stretch, which is kind of nice. And then I still got the pockets because my model requested that it did. And it's still got a slit on the side right here. You can kind of see that too. Yeah, that is the dress, and I think it turned out pretty great. Once she puts it on, it fits really nice. It's tight where I wanted it to be, and then it's flowy, and I really like it. Because of all the things I changed, I did learn a lot, and I thought it was really great, and I learned a lot more about the kind of fabrics I like to use, because even though I usually prefer to sew with cotton just because it's easier, I actually found it a lot nicer to sew, or just as nice to sew with the rayon. So that was kind of cool because I've never used it before. And I had a lot of fun with the pattern making process, just putting them larger. It was really cool. So I've got all of my pattern pieces sitting right here too. The sleeve was still pretty difficult for me, and it didn't turn out exactly, it turned out how I wanted it to. It's not as puffy as I saw it in my head, if that makes sense. Like, I imagined it bigger, but I think my model didn't want it that big. So I was also trying to be conservative. So it turned out how she wanted it. It just didn't turn out exactly how I would have done it. If that makes sense. I think it does. But I think it turned out great, and I love it. And then I've got the center back piece, which for this one, I did do it a little different because I've still got that stretch panel on the back, if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it in the light. Instead of doing a closure, my model said she doesn't like zippers or buttons. So we did a special type of stretch sewing again. And so that's what I did for this piece. And I ended up hemming it before, so I had to fold this down so that it wouldn't have the seam allowance, because I don't cut out this piece until after I have cinched it, because I'm never sure how much it's gonna cinch. So yeah, I cut it out after. This is like the after size. Then of course the pockets, which I kind of just came up with this. I've made a pair of pants before that had pockets similar to this, so I changed this piece too so that it would get caught in the waistband now, because before when I stitched it on, it just kind of, I don't know, it felt awkward in the place that it was in. So I moved it up a little and I put a flat top on it, so now it gets caught in the waistband, and it turned out a lot nicer. And then I got my bodice front, center front, just cut that on the fold. It turned out pretty nice. The V, because I did a sweetheart type neckline, the V in it didn't turn out quite as deep as I want. It's still there. Like, I don't know. You can see it, but it's not very deep. But that actually turned out nice because I'm trying to go for more modest top, so that I liked how it turned out. It turned out good. And then I've got the side back, the side front. The skirts I also had to do different. These two. On the half scale, I only had one because they turned out to be pretty much the same shape. But on this one, the front actually turned out to be longer at the top. So I've got the skirt front here and the skirt back. And these, they used a lot of paper, but they turned out awesome. I'm so happy with it. And it was a great project. It was so much fun. Thank you for watching.